1 ball. Oh. I'm unsure how that was not a penalty against Vancouver there, but looks like Trinity has got some momentum or playing angry in their zone. Wave looks to pick and go. Trinity needs to tackle a little lower here. Great tackle there. And they're looking to exit. Scotty chases, almost blocks, and that ball is going right out. And that will be a Wave line out. Tough break for Trinity. I'm unsure how that wasn't a penalty when Matt was looking to poach. Trinity's first line break of a game almost got them their first try. A lot of potential in the backs if we execute. Oh, my mistake. That is a Trinity line out. And we have Isaiah and Hunaro. Isaiah goes up in the front. That's a 1 ball. Pass from Finn to Vickers. Kyle ends up in front of the ball. Solid run. That's a secured ball. Finn takes his time. Brings it to Keegan. Gets the back set up. Skipped over Ethan Burden. Matt attacks the wing. Jan drops it. Matt's chasing. Good kick. Matt gets the tackle. And Tam marks it down. Looks like we'll play a scrum. My mistake. The refs are conferring about what happened. It looked for a second like the sideline judge was trying to say that the Wave player with the line break had stepped out of bounds, but I'm not sure whether that's the case. Was also a bit of a high tackle that Matt made on the kicker. Could be regarding that as well. A lot of pointing. Looks like Matt likely received a warning about the high tackle, and it will be a scrum down. This will be Wave ball. Good scrum by Trinity. Yes! Great scrum by Trinity. Wins the ball back in our own zone. Apologize for my excitement. Scotty is fired up. Good kick by Keegan. Oh, and it's in bounds. That is a momentum killer for Trinity. Okay, let's see what they can do with the ball wide. Ethan Barden's in chase. Linden's there as well. Linden makes a tackle. Great stiff arm. And that was Jan with the tackle on the wing. Ball goes up. Hunaro and Scotty combined. Scotty looks to poach the ball. Doesn't get it. Attack the blind side. Looks to poach again. No go. Trinity is committing a lot of players to counter ruck here. A crashing player. Not great line speed by Vickers, but made the tackle. Tanashi there as well. They're playing right to the wing. They do have numbers. Oh, great tackle by Scotty inside. And the ball pops out. Grayson takes it. Secured ball by Trinity. Let's go slow. Never mind, we go fast. Matt has it. Passes to Tam. Oh, Tam says sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Tam's rumbling. He's rumbling. Ethan Barnes secures the ball. Finn has it. Gives it to Hunaro. Looks to Scotty. Scotty crashes, gets a yard or two. Only one player in support. Finn get the ball out quick. Gives it to Keegan. There is a player down. I didn't see that in the back. And that play is called down. Some great momentum there by Trinity. Tam politely asked the man to sit down. He listened. Very nice. And I'm not sure who is down there. Oh, there's two people down. Oh, that looks like Vicus is the main player down getting attention by trainers. There's another player taking a knee behind the majority of the Trinity. Tough case for the Spartans. Every single sub has come off the bench here. Looks like Vicus's neck and head is being worked on. Could potentially be solid head bonk. Vicus is coming off the field, looking for a sub. Not sure if any can come back on. Tough case for Trinity. May have to play with 14 players. Whoever the second player down managed to get back up. No subs are coming back on the field. Vicus was playing 8, so he could potentially go with the 7-man scrum. No 8, 2 flanks. And it looks like that's what we'll do. Actually, Trinity will not. Trinity will with 1 flank and Isaiah playing 8 to hold in the ball for Finn. Hopefully they can win the scrum with the low manpower. And it looks like they do. Oh, Wave almost hops outside. And Matt takes it himself. Matt has room to run. Tam is in support. He kicks it. Ball is going backwards. Tam's in support. Oh. Okay, many players are very offside here. Matt looks to take advantage. Runs straight into contact. Seth looks to clear it out with Grayson. Many forwards commit to clear that ruck. Gives it to Kyle. Kyle drops it. Ball goes backwards. Quick pops it back to Keegan. And the ref calls a knock on. Unsure about that. Tough break for Trinity. Trainers did come on to check on Matt. Looks like he'll stay on the field. Interesting that once again Trinity is playing with no flank on a defensive scrum. Jan looks to chase, keeps it in bounds, plays it, very isolated, manages to break a tackle. Tam needs to get around clear ruck, gets one, they go through, ball's out. My apologies if I was in the film, I'm getting a bit excited. Looks like that will be a Trinity lineout. Oh, and they're going straight up in the back. A little bit of confusion. Poor execution by Trinity. Oh, and that ends up being another try for Wave. It might be held up. Nope. Try it is. Right under the goalpost. Tough break. Miscommunication on the lineout throw. Isaiah and Hanaro are both new to the lineouts that we run. Likely the cause of the confusion. That adds up to 47-3. As it was under the goalposts, likely will result being 49-3. Trinity does have flashes of potential. Great line breaks, but we just have to keep the ball. Knock-ons are killing us. It looks like Matt once again is getting checked out. Unsure if Trinity would be able to play if they took him out. Playing with 13 men would be quite a deficit. That's a solid kick right up the uprights. 49-3. Trinity goes fast. Hanaro's chasing. He's very isolated. Not great chase from the rest of the forwards. Hanaro almost makes the tackle. Tanashi goes in a little bit high. Makes the tackle. And Finn goes to steal. Great steal by Finn Murphy. And he gets the penalty. Great work, Finn. All right. This may be the best field position that Trinity has had all game, depending on this kick. Okay, that looks like we'll play from just over the 5-yard line. No, about 10. Hopefully Trinity can figure out their lineouts here. Oh, very interesting. We have Scott Bowers in? No, Scott Bowers is leaving. Isaiah's coming back in. Yeah, we're running with the same four-man. Scotty's checking up with Seth, making sure everything's going well. A great leader on the field. Oh, and another miscommunication for Trinity on the line out. Oh, frustration. Finn goes to steal again. Not working that time. Tanashi makes the tackle at half. Trinity's folding well. Nara with great speed. Matt's going. Ball goes out to the wing. Matt gets a nasty stiff arm. Finn goes in. Great tackle. Great chase, Finn. There's a Vancouver Wave player down on the side. Back in their end. All right, Jan has the cover. He brings it over to Tam. Tam's probably going to look to attack here. He's done well so far. Comes out wide. Fakes it to Scotty. Scotty's still on the wing. Oh, poor offload by Tam. Jan, oh, poor awesome stiff arm by Wave. Isaiah goes to make the tackle. That's Scotty with the ball. Tanashi, great counter ruck. Finn has to get involved in the ruck as well, and that ends up being a penalty for the Wave, not releasing Trinity. First start for Finn Murphy. Excellent intensity. That's a high kick. Goes out of bounds, likely about a little over 10 meters. Trinity is only playing with 7 forwards right now. I suspect Wave will capitalize on that and maul. We'll see. And maul, it was the plan. Looks like the ball is not straight. I suspect Trinity will opt for a scrum here. Potentially a line out. Scrum it is. Isaiah goes back to 8 again. Trinity playing with one flank. Ball goes straight out. Ref lets it happen. Keegan takes it. Passes it to Matt. Trinity's looking to go wide. They have space. Passes behind Linden. Jan's taking it. Drops it backwards. Continues to play. Goes down. And Wave takes it again. Wave's counter ruck has been absolutely killing the Spartans all game. Great tackle by Scott Bowers. And that's a penalty. I believe the call was off the feet, and that's a great runner. Might take it in himself. Not sure what the call is by the ref here. Potentially held up. The ref's conferring to the line judge. Knock on. Knock on it is. Lucky break by the Spartans. Keegan looks to accept. Solid kick, going just past the 22, probably about the 30. Wave attacks back down the wing. Kyle Morfin misses the tackle. Ties him up enough for Linden to get it. Linden makes yet another tackle. Looks to counter ruck now. Trinity gets offside penalty. And Wave plays it in, doesn't even go for the line out. Tanashi gets bowled over, makes the tackle though. Trinity needs to spread here. Big center takes the ball himself. Oh, and passes behind. Tamler is exposed. Ethan Byrne needs to come in for support. Ball is back out. Finn Murphy makes the tackle. Ball pops out. Oh, I thought that was forward. Back to the forwards. Great tackle. All right, and that's a penalty for Trinity. They were not releasing. Great tackle by Isaiah, I believe, there, getting involved. Surely Trinity is running low on time here to put some more points on the board. And that is out just before the half. Trinity's lineout has had some issues here. Hopefully they can sort that out for this ball. It looks to once again be Hanero and Isaiah. The main jumpers in Trinity were Nate and Caleb. Now that both of them are out, we are running a little bit short. It looks like they're going to the front. And the lost ball again. Good throw by Seth, but oh, and he's out. Oh, apparently not. Great tackle by Seth there. Missed tackle by Kyle. Hanaro misses another. No, Isaiah missed one. Finn Murphy ends up making it. The Nine's definitely getting involved in many tackles in this game. They're looking to attack wide there. Plenty of space. Let's see what Jan can do. Oh, big center takes it inbound. It looks like he's gone. Linden chases. Linden makes a tackle at the end. Unfortunately, cannot stop the try. Great intensity. Oh, Linden might be hurt. With that try, it does end up being 54-3. Right under the posts. Looks like Kyle's slow, limping on the sideline as well a bit. Trinity's dealt with a lot of injuries in this game. I'm not sure who's down there. I believe it's Linden. Easy kick right through the uprights. And that is the game. 56-3. Tough game for Trinity Western. Great intensity throughout the game. Had some good line breaks. Unfortunately, too many penalties, too many knock-ons. Wave capitalized well. Trinity will be back to play next week at UVic, I believe. A very important game for the team. Hopefully they can get healthy. Congratulations, Wave. Hopefully Trinity can bounce back next week. Thank you.
Nice counter ruck by the Tide. May have got the ball back. Oh, knocked on.
A little bit afters here, just a few players introducing themselves to each other. Regan O'Gorman just saying hi to a few other guys. A couple of fingers in the face from the Tide player there. But a little bit ragtag to be at the line there from Van East. It'd be nice to just get them a bit lower, a bit set. The big Puma there took it a bit high, and the Island team were just able to capitalise on it a little bit. Let's see what they put up against the scrum. I think it's going to be a scrum to the Crimson Tide. Just having a quick chat with the captain. scrum to the Tide. Let's see if Vancouver East can put a lot of pressure on them here. The first scrum, they did win a penalty. So let's see if they can apply the same pressure. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to kick from this or going to have an attack from it. And the scrum's going to be reset. Like I said, it is very wet underfoot, and I must say the field is in great condition in spite of the heavy rainfall for the last 2 days. Hopefully the guys were all smart enough to bring their long cleats today.
As we set up for the scrum, put in for Vancouver Island, that's Ryland Law, I believe, from West Shore Rugby Club, getting ready to put the ball in. As Pikey said, the first few scrums definitely went Van East way here. We'll see how the pack does. Nice and low, it's a big push, a little high in the front, kind of messy. Ball comes out. Number 8, Zephyr Melnick, picks up from the base of the scrum. Imagine me trying to kick here. Yeah. Oh, a little pop. Penalty, a little bit of off the ball stuff happening. Wow, a lot of off the ball stuff happening. Someone said something to someone, possibly about someone's mother. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but there's some angry people in that end zone right now. I didn't see what started that. Mike, did you see what started that?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I was watching the play. I'm not sure if there's a late hit on the kick there. I think that's probably the most likely culprit. I think the back row maybe just getting to introduce himself to the kicker. We'll see.
I have been impressed with the field conditions today thus far. As you mentioned, I know you played in the last game on this exact field. Field conditions pretty good for the fact that it's been raining for what seems about 3 or 4 days straight. It's pretty heavy rain. Find the same?
Yeah, it was great underfoot. I mean, the warm-up conditions on the other fields were pretty sloppy, but once we get onto this field, and even I heard a few comments from the guys who first hit the pitch there, everyone seemed pretty happy with how it felt. So hopefully we get to see a bit of expansive rugby at times. It'd be nice to see a couple of wingers getting in a cut from a bit of distance. Breaking play here as there's just a bit of chat. Is the touch judge going to have a word? This is the second chat to the captains in only a few minutes here. So hopefully they clean that up and we can see some rugby. Mike O'Toole there, captain of the Vancouver East, also captain of the Burnaby Lake Premier team. Now he knows all of this squad, as Mike mentioned earlier. This is a heavy contingent of Burnaby Lake players. 15 of 15 starting players are from the Burnaby Lake. So this is considered a home game for all around the Burnaby Lake, in spite of them playing as the Van East colours. Oh, and there is a card. There's a yellow card. And a red card.
Do you happen to see who got which card? James Catterson going off. It was a yellow and a red, though. Eh? Well, James Catterson hanging out at the back of the end zone. Possibly with the yellow. I didn't see who went off for... But you didn't see which direction she was pointing at for yellow and which one got red, eh?
I'm going to assume the fact that Catterson went behind the post, he's probably yellow. And 13 there, Mawson Finlay from James Bay, went to the sideline. So I'm going to assume he took the red card, but I didn't see what happened there, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I also see, it looks like George Barton walking along the sideline there. Actually, it doesn't look like our numbers may have been off on the information we have here, but it looks like George Barton definitely walking off. Well, daily pass out to the veteran Jeff Ryan, goes to Kimi Vunataraga, league's leading try scorer Brian Fitzpatrick out wide, but it goes to Kimi Vunataraga out there. Kick forward by Kenwa Lloyd. Looks like Crimson Tide have control of the ball. out wide to, not sure who that is. Big dude though. Ball out wide to former Burnaby Lake and Bayside player Shane Dagg, now making his living here with West Shore. Fan favorite here at the Burnaby Lake Rugby Club. It was number 3 Kyle Steeves with a nice offload. Covering tackle by looked like Neil McLean. That's Moston Finley still on the field there, number 13. Grady Bode with the ball. Vunacharaga with the David Dimbandu with the steal. Nope. Still in the hands of the Tide. Number 6, Antonio Corbin takes the ball in there. Tide making some really good progress here with the ball. Number 7, Alex Jordan from James Bay makes a break. Eventually brought down. Ball hits the pass out to Bowd, who goes, the cross kick. Dagg could be in here. All alone, Shane Dagg with a first try. Out wide in the corner. Yeah, that's Vancouver Island up 5-0 early with a kick to come from Grady Bowd.
Yeah, that was a nice turnover by the player. I think they're probably up 3-1 on turnovers right now, so I think the Van East just need to maybe consolidate a little bit in those rucks, but some nice play, a couple of nice offloads down the field, and they went from inside their own 22.
In Finley. This Vancouver Island team certainly has some pace. That's another penalty for the Tide right in front of the post. I'd imagine they would be looking for posts here.
Van East definitely under a bit of pressure here. The offload game is strong here. As we said, although it was raining, it did stop raining, so I think they're just taking advantage of it. They've made another 60 metres, maybe 70 metres this time, 2 penalties back to back. So Van East will need to just be a bit cautious. This one's right in front of the post, so there shouldn't be too much difficulty for him in this one. Just outside the 22. Graydon Bowd from CW. He did miss the earlier conversion. This one's much simpler. Nice strike, and the flags are up. 8-0 to Crimson Tide.
Just got some clarification on the cards given out there from the legendary Al Hudson. There was a yellow card issued to number 8 James Catterson from Van East for a late tackle, and George Barton from the Island, Vancouver on Crimson Tide, got a red card for taking exception to it and a bit of retaliation there. Tough to get away with a late punch here nowadays with the video and referees everywhere, adjudicators on the sideline, allocators on the sideline. Whoever these people are to the left of us. Can't get away with much anymore. That's why I retired. A little bit of a bobble on the kickoff reception. Ooh, some big hits. Number 3, Dan Cooper, came flying in, caused a bit of a knock-on. So, scrum to Vancouver Island.
I think they'll just need to get a bit of a platform here, try and settle themselves. No, they've let in a score and a penalty here in the last kind of 5-6 minutes, so it'd be nice for them just to get a nice platform, get a bit of go-forward ball, and maybe get a bit of confidence up. I wonder if they'll try and assert their dominance in the scrum, maybe keep it in, try and scrum for a penalty right in front of the posts. Let's see what the front row are thinking here.
Let's see if Van East, down a man here in the scrum, has the ability to push back a little bit. They need to do something to stop the momentum of the Tide, because the Tide's flying right now. Just put in. Pretty even scrum. Oh, getting pushed sideways. There we go. George Durley makes the tackle on Zephyr Melnick. Ball out to Bowd. Pass it out to, not sure who that is. Finley, I guess. Tide are well coached with international Sean White and Maniac Dalla, both retired, but tremendous players, and do the coaching over there, Vancouver Island. They got the team set up pretty well. In front of us here, number 6 with the knock-on goes out of bounds. Jamie Kelly looking for the quick throw, but we'll slow that down.
Yeah, I think the Crimson Tide will take that as a bit of a win there. They've gained another 30, 40 meters there. Line it right in the halfway line, although it is Vanny's ball. Pretty good territory so far on behalf of the Crimson Tide. They definitely have the advantage here in the opening 10, 15 minutes.
Van East hooker Jamie Kelly getting ready to throw it in. Lock Regan O'Gorman. Bit of a missed throw, but ball is retained. Big Juan Videla, originally from San Juan, Argentina, carries the ball forward. George Daly sends the ball wide to Duke. Nice catch there by Jeff Ryan. Neil McLean takes the ball into contact against Moston Finley. Seems like I'm saying Moston Finley's name every couple seconds. He's having a great game thus far. Ball wide to the captain, O'Toole. Gets brought down. Daly back out to Lucas Albornoz. Playing a bit of Pistons here for the Van East, and why wouldn't you if you guys this size? Oh, there we go behind to Neil McLean. A little Fijian flair with Din Bandu taking the ball in. Offloading to Kimi Vunataragu, who can't handle it. Kenwell Lloyd kicks the ball forward. That's a tough guy to track down. Kick didn't go his way. Firefighter Cole McQueen takes the ball. Puts some boot to it. Heads out and bounces into touch.
Great kick there by Cole McQueen. Naturally plays a fifth. We came back just to see the tail end of Vanny scoring a try. Dan Cooper, the prop, joined the Burnaby Lake Rugby Club and the Van East team from Ontario this year, and he's been a really good pickup. Came here probably about 60 or 70 pounds heavier than he is today, and he's been working hard with one of our trainers, Sean McKeown. Got himself in really good shape and is really making some impressive gains there.
Yeah, Jeff Ryan's lining up for the kick. Missed a penalty goal there a little earlier. Hopefully he has better luck this time. Splits the uprights. That brings it a little closer, 8-7. James Catterson's returned to the field there for Van East. So they have a full pack, really worked out positively there in the last scrum they had. Pushed them off, gained a penalty, which is what led to the try in the first place. So they should be able to ride that for the rest of the game. With Vancouver Island down a man. Well, we've got ourselves a game here. Looks like the rain's held off a little bit as well, which is nice. Not quite sunshine skies, but skies cleared up a little bit for the first time in days down here. Grady Bout speaking to referee Shanda Asmus. Getting ready to kick off. Decent crowd here today. First time rugby's been back here at Burnaby Lake since February 29th of 2020. So big crowd here on the sideline, as well as big crowd up in the clubhouse on the patio and bar I can see from here. Oh, ball knocked down by Regan O'Gorman. Not able to take that cleanly. Ball is knocked on. Yeah, we'll come back to the scrum.
Yeah, that's not very like the big Regan O'Gorman there. Quite a few caps for Canada in the last few years. He's been another great pickup for Burnaby Lake and for Van East. Not liking to drop the ball like that, so I'm sure he'll make up for that in the next few minutes. Scrum here, just to the other side of halfway. Graydon Bowd waiting patiently for it. See what kind of play they've got. Oh, good scrum by Van East. Oh, they did get going forward, but it is deemed an early push, so that's going to be a free kick. Oh, and he taps and goes. He's got a bit of space. Secured the ruck nicely there. Oh, nice tackle in the midfield. Oh, and that was deemed not a wrap, I think. Looked pretty good from here, but obviously the ref can see things a bit closer in there. And they're going to have a shot at goal. Let's see if Graydon Bowd can get this one on target.
Grady Bowd sets up to kick. Yeah, discipline from the Van East team has been a sore spot here today. That's a lot of penalties racked up against them. So if they keep giving Bowd a chance to add points inside their own half, he's probably going to. So hopefully whenever they get a second, they can reset and sort that out. The kick looks good from here, and yeah, it's right through. That's going to put the Crimson Tide up 11-7.
Got to say, I think the Crimson Tide are just flexing their muscle a little bit more. A bit of a chess match back and forth at 11-7. Not certainly not running away with it, but they're definitely just on top a little bit right now. So let's see if the Van East can assert a bit of domination here in the last 10 or 15 of the first half. Good restart. Oh, and the ball's loose. Definitely a little bit scrappy here around the breakdowns. George Barton throws the dummy. And Van East win the penalty here. Just on the 22. Let's see if they decide to kick for the corner here, see if they can maul one in, or are they going to take the points. Looks like Jeff Ryan stepping up to throw it into the corner. Let's see if they can get the forwards on this, see if they can maul this one in.
All right, Jamie Kelly getting ready to take the line out. Okay. Here we go. Ball's in, taken down by Albernaz.
Bit of space out wide here if we give it. Ooh, drop ball. Van East should be able to clean that up. I can tend to let it roll. They'll take the scrum here. Pretty good attacking position here for the Crimson, for the Van East, sorry.
That's halftime. So we're going to take a break, try to shore up the feed, figure out what's going on between the router and the magical Wi-Fi, the interweb, which I believe is a series of tubes. So as we break for halftime, we'll catch back up with you in 10 minutes, and hopefully we have a clean, clear, uninterrupted feed in the second half. Be back soon.
More than ever, it is important
Welcome back, folks. Second half just about to get underway. Vancouver Island Crimson Tide 11, Van East 7. I would be remiss here if I didn't congratulate my parents listening in from Ireland or watching from Ireland, celebrating their 49th wedding anniversary. Congrats, Mum and Dad.
Yes, congrats, John and Mary. 49 years, that is a long time. I believe I'm coming up on my 10th wedding anniversary, Mike. Hopefully get to 49. All right, plays restarted. You see George Daly pass the ball out to Jeff Ryan. A bit of a long pass to Brian Fitzpatrick. Coming in today, he was the leading try scorer in the Coastal Cup rugby thus far with 6 tries. That might not still be the case, as there was a Vancouver Wave took the Trinity Western Spartans down early today by a score, I believe, 53-6. My memory serves me correctly. So you never know, someone may have overtaken that. A couple of good phases here from Van East, keeping the ball together. Ball was a hard run in David Dinbandu with the, Brian Fitzpatrick cannot hold that in. Doesn't seem real happy about it. Too bad. It was kind of on there.
Yeah, as you mentioned, obviously Brian Fitzpatrick came into today 6 tries so far in the last 3 games. And the next best was 2. So, but I think with 2 games, but obviously with the high scoring game, the Wave versus Trinity Western, that might have changed things a little bit. Crimson Tide scrum. Van East are trying to get themselves a bit G'd up here. Let's see if they can make a big push. Reminder, it is currently 15 players to 14, as Crimson Tide did take a red card. It was George Barton. Obviously, plays his trade for Seattle Seawolves in the MLR. A few caps for Canada, pretty well known. And unfortunately, he only got to play a few minutes of today's game.
It's a long ferry ride for only a few minutes. Okay, scrum's getting reset here. Let's see if Van East can take the scrum, or if Vancouver Island's able to keep control of it. Solid scrum there from the Crimson Tide. Oh, no. Penalty there. A little bit of confusion with George Daly and Rylan Wall. Shan Asmus believes called offside there. Well, Vandy's going to keep giving Grady Bow the opportunity to gain some territory or gain some points with a foot. They're going to have a rough day because the guy can kick. A lot of familiar faces around the sideline here. One right in front of us, Chris Atkinson. Plays over at the Pacific Pride, former Surrey Beaver, former Burnaby Lake Rugby Club front row. And Toronto Arrow, that's right, for a brief time. Hopefully some more in the future. Toronto Arrow. He's wearing the Toronto Arrow baseball hat. I believe that was your signing bonus. That's all he got. All right, Crimson Tide back on attack. Waugh sends it to Bowd, over to Sponarski. Sponarski, I feel like I'm pronouncing that right. Ball squirts out. Picked up, a little bit messy ball there. It looks like Crosby Stewart. Great player, played for UVic for a lot of years, now with James Bay. Well, Sponarski makes the break. Brought down by scrum half George Daly. Another penalty. Jeez. These guys are penalty prone. A little too much excitement. I believe that's going to be for an offside. Oh, drop goal. Slots the drop goal. Well, as I said, if they're going to keep giving him the opportunity to earn points that way, he's going to keep taking it. So, 14-7 for Vancouver Island Crimson Tide here at the Burnaby Lake Rugby Club.
Yeah, not really sure what the penalty was for, or the penalty advantage was for there, Mike, but certainly Crimson Tide and Graydon just taking advantage of it. Lovely drop goal from just about the 22 right in front of the sticks, and punishing Van East. Crimson Tide lead 14-7. Yeah, I don't think any subs came in at halftime. It looks like it's all the same faces out there. I guess we'll see those rolling in like the next few, probably next 5 or 10 minutes. See if someone can get the upper hand on that. Good take there by the Crimson Tide. Oh, pass does bounce, but it goes to hands to Shane Dagg. He's got a nice step off one leg there. Tackler does get him. They do have an advantage on the outside here. See if they're going to give it, or are they going to kick? Oh, straight out. But it was inside the 22, it's deemed. Yep, so not a bad kick. I think the Crimson Tide are going to be feeling pretty confident about things right now. Again, they've got themselves out of their 22 without too much hassle. Vannies didn't threaten them too aggressively, so Vannies are going to have to pick it up a little bit here, apply a bit more pressure. Line is good. Neil McLean takes a nice hard line. Does get past the first tackler. Second tackler wraps him up. And then there's Fitzpatrick, and he is moving. Oh, he's got someone on his inside. Daly's on his inside. Cuts in and beats one and is still going. Only about 5 or 10 meters out right now. The forwards are going to slow it down a bit. Just have a couple of pick and goes. Oh. That's Cooper. Makes a few yards there. They've got to be pretty close now. There's James Kelly. Got to be pretty close to the line. Can he get down? Oh, then looks like a knock on. Yep. Knock on, and there's a few disappointed heads here on the Vannies side. Crimson Tide are feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, definitely. She got a little too excited. Called white line fever. Too bad. Worked all the way down there. Gave it up. What a great run there by Brian Fitzpatrick. The guy's got some speed. If he can get the ball with a little bit of pace, there's not a lot of people going to catch him there. Well, at least Van East gave the Tide something to think about there. Let them know that they are dangerous if you give them some space. Seems to be the tale of it so far, actually. Van East works their way down to the goal line. Penalty, or in this case a knock-on, and gives Bowd the opportunity to get ball down the field. Oh, that's a big scrum by Van East. That's what they were doing at the very beginning of the game. So that's that's got to be Van East's game here, is use the big guys up front to create some space, then get the ball wide to the flyers like Din Van Du and Brian Fitzpatrick to make some big yards along the outside. So we'll see what Van East does here. Go for a line out, set themselves up with another scrum. I know they're going to be feeling pretty confident. Oh, there's a tap and go from Lucas Albornoz. Surprised even his own guys, and he scores. That's Albornoz in the corner. So, yeah, surprising little move there. I think they were setting up, talking about what they were going to do, if they were going to go kick to touch or kick to posts. And Albornoz saw a gap and took it into the corner himself. So sometimes you got to do it yourself.
Yeah, that was good of Van East to capitalise on that. You know, they haven't had too many flurries inside the 22 of the Crimson Tide, so to come up with 5, and hopefully Jeff Ryan's going to try and make the 7, but he's right out at the touchline here. So pretty difficult kick, and the rain just started to come down. Does give it a good kick. Oh, and the kick is good. Great kick from Jeff Ryan to tie the game at 14 apiece. And Van East are going to be feeling pretty good about things right now. As the ebb and flow of the game, I think Van East are just going to get their backs up a little bit, so let's see if they can keep the pressure on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Heck of a kick there from Jeff Ryan after he had one unfortunately go sideways on him a little earlier in the game, but I can tell you from watching Jeff since he was 18 years old when he first came and joined the Burnaby Lake Rugby Club, the guy can kick the ball from all over the park, made a ton of great kicks in his time for both BC, Fraser Valley, and of course Burnaby Lake Rugby Club. So George Daly box kicks are really high. Oh, unfortunate there for Shane Dagg. Shane Dagg, former Burnaby Lake Rugby Club player, that really popular around here. Made a big impact in his time here, I'm sure. Pikey, I think you had a chance to play with him?
Yeah, Seamus a hell of a player, and I'm not going to lie, that's the first mistake he's made today, and I'm sure he'll pick things up. He's pretty elusive, hard to tackle, good runner, and just a hell of a good guy to be around. He's a great guy to have a beer with after the game too. He's just a fun guy, great club guy. We were pretty down when we lost him a few years ago, but his folks did move across to the island of Nanaimo, so we did end up following them over there, unfortunately for us. And who knows, he may make his way back to Burnaby sometime in the future, and we would certainly welcome him back with open arms.
Well, that was a dangerous collapse. That one of those guys there might be in a bit of pain. It went down pretty hard. Well, Vanny seemed to have the tails up here a little bit. At least the forwards do. Starting to exert some of the dominance on the Tide. We'll see if they can keep that up. Now, as George Daly gets set here for the put in. Scrum's actually right in front of us. Some of the closest the play's been to us all game. Seems to be over on the other side. Nice scrum by the Van East forwards. Big Juan Videla and Dan Cooper in the front row. Oh, nice play to Din Bandu. Out to Neil McLean. Great rugby player from Omagh, Northern Ireland, over in your home area there, Pikey. Oh, out to Fitzpatrick wide, and he's showing off the pace. Oh, offloading to no one, unfortunately. O'Toole makes a tackle. Crosby Stewart brought down by Connor McCann. Tide go. Unfortunate turnover there from, I believe it was Finnemore. Big guy with the beard. Got the Viking look going for him. So popular. Nate Mantle's jealous.
Great line from David Dinbandu. How do you say that, Mike?
Dinbandu.
Dinbandu. Great line there, taking it on the inside and got a good few yards. And just unfortunately, as Mike pointed out, the offload was just a bit loose and going to no one.
Looks like Van East might be making a change there with Juan Videla heading off and veteran Adrian Longbone coming onto the field. No, it's not going to make things any easier for the Crimson Tide scrum with Juan Videla, great scrummager, learned his trade under the amazing scrum coach, Angel Chividanis. And Adrian Longbone also spent a lot of time working with Angel over the years and is just a great scrummager. Possibly doesn't look like the new age, more athletic props that you find, but Adrian's a tough customer in the front row. So Vanny shouldn't really be losing anything with him going in. Well, they're getting set up here. About 12 minutes gone here in the second half. Ball's coming in from Daly. Tie game now. We got a game. Oh, scrum's going down. There's another penalty for Van East. Yeah, I think this is setting the game plan for how Van East needs to play. Just use the forwards, gain the advantage, then go wide to the guys like Brian Fitzpatrick and Din Bandu. Cole McQueen just looking cold out there. I don't know if he's had the ball yet there, Mike.
He's definitely been working a lot harder on defense and attack today. Let's see if they can get him in some position here. They are going to get this one pretty close into the corner, so I would suspect. Oh no, sorry, they're gonna take the kick at points. Hopefully, we get to see McQueen open his legs a bit, see a bit of speed that he only shows from fullback. Jeff Ryan with the kick, just about 40 meters out, just to the left of the uprights. Not an easy kick by any means, but after him getting the last one from the touchline, I think you'd have to favor him to get this one. What do you think, Mike?
Oh yeah, I definitely. I said I've been watching him kick since he's about 18 years old. He doesn't miss too many. Ball's in the air, look in the right direction, and it's through. That gives Van East the lead. 17-14 for Van East. While we have a break in the play here, I just want to thank some of our sponsors. We have Mark On Construction, Dominion Lending Centers, and the great Mike James from Dominion, Coast Mountain Roofing, and Filter Queen Products Canada. We've all chipped in to make sure the live stream and video has been great today, though we haven't actually used too much of the feed from the other cameras around. Feed's best, I guess, right here in the middle. Oh, There we go. Ball's touched and knocked on, unfortunately. Couldn't corral it, couldn't hold it in.
Yeah, unfortunately, that one wasn't going 10, so it would have been advantage to Van East, but they did make the decision to go for it, and then they knocked it on. So, unfortunately, if they do make the decision to go for it before the ball goes 10, it is live, and Crimson Tide are going to capitalize on that with the scrum. Unfortunately, that's a couple of high balls just haven't gone Regan O'Gorman's way, which I'm surprised because normally he is a presence. Now, the rain has started to come down for the second half, which made a big difference. So you might see a few more handling errors in the second half as the ball does get a little bit wetter here.
We have seen a sub here with Crimson Tide's number 19, Peter Massimo. The James Bay man coming on. Oh, nice scrum there from Crimson Tide. They might get pushed back. Oh, no. Referee thought about calling the penalty. Let it go. Crosby Stewart flying there. Going out wide to Kenwell Lloyd. I mean, that's the danger man for them with ball in hand. That's the guy they want to get that ball to. Great player, plays for Canada. He's played for James Bay out here the last few years. I don't know where his home club is, but great with the ball. Got to really put a scare into the Van East team once they get the ball to him in a little bit of space. That's Aidan McCleary taking the ball in. Ooh, nice. Great timing there by, I believe it was Mike O'Toole. Juan knocks the ball on. Oh, Van East needs to get things set up. Great counter-rucking there by the Crimson Tide. George Daly finds the ball there to Jeff Ryan. Oh, the cross kick. Oh, here we go. Here's Cole McQueen. Catches it on the fly. Oh, skins Dag out wide. Oh, you know what? Oh, great cover tackle. Cole McQueen, you know, the first time he catches the ball, dots it down. Well, 1 for 1, I believe, as far as getting the ball. Unfortunately, it happened outside Shane Dag, which if anybody was going to get scored on one-on-one, I was hoping it wasn't Shane. There we go. See the replay there with Cole McQueen taking the cross kick. That is, I believe, by my count, the 5th cross kick try that Van East has scored in the last 3 games. When you have a professional like Jeff Ryan out there, he sees the field at a different speed maybe than some of the players that were born in Canada, though I will say Jeff's a Canadian citizen and been here since 2008, I believe, was when he first came to Vancouver. But great on the cross kick, sees things at a different speed than most of the other players that he's playing with here on the West Coast.
Yeah, a really well-worked try. I did say Cole McQueen normally a fullback, so pretty confident under the high ball, so a pretty good candidate when you see him hanging out there pretty wide in the wing and there's no one in front of him. He did do a great job when he got the ball, accelerated nicely, had a nice show and go, which really turned Shane Dag inside out, unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say it, and I'll have a beer with him afterwards, and I'm sure we'll have a chat about that one. But a great finish on his own. Cole McQueen, he did have, I believe he had the fullback there, Brian Fitzpatrick, on his inside, but didn't need to use him on this occasion. So good try, 22-14. Kick from his least favorite side here for Jeff Ryan. Oh, and he slots it from right on the touchline. What a kick, 24-14. Van East starting to assert their dominance. We're just about 20 minutes in here in the second half, and we've got a game.
Yeah, here we go. The sideline really liked that here, I can tell you that. A lot of cheers came up when that kick went through. Yeah, Cole McQueen, always a good choice under the high ball. He's about 6'4", great mustache on him. I believe the day he became a firefighter, that grew. It's pretty amazing, actually. Prior to that, no facial hair. All right, ball's up from Bowden. Straight to David Dinbandu. He's a hard runner. He likes to throw up the shoulder in there. Makes some good yards. Nice tackle there by Antonio Corbin. Albornoz runs over someone. I don't know, that Kyle Steves, it looks like. Before he's taken down, Daly back out to Jeff Ryan. Going to put the ball wide to Fitzpatrick. Nice tackle there on Fitzpatrick. All right, they're going to look for O'Gorman and probably Albornoz or Catterson to smash the ball up here. As O'Gorman. Vancouver East did make a sub with Kishan Karanathasan, a Tupper Secondary graduate, getting his first look in the Van East team. He applies his trade with the Burnaby Lake Rugby Club's first division. So, you know, the kid can fly. He's a great rugby player. There we go. Cross kick sent just a little too far ahead of Cole McQueen and goes out of bounds. Shane Dag picking it up out of bounds, getting ready to pass it over to Spinarski.
Yeah, as you said, they're Kishan, a product of the Tupper Rugby program under the helm of Joe Lee. who's done some really great things over there over the last 10 years. They've produced some fantastic athletes, including the Vicolani brothers, at least one of them, Fuku, who was a Tupper boy. And we've seen a lot of athletes come out of there who've been had great careers here at Burnaby Lake and beyond. So thanks, Jolie, for your efforts.
Fair enough. Well, it was a knock-on, I believe, from the line-out. Yeah, there we go. Scrum to Van East. Yeah, Fuku Vicolani, the oldest Vicolani boy, came from Tupper. The other two eldest boys plus Melly, the sister, and the youngest boy, Sadeki, were all from Burnaby Central, Andrew Vagnarelli's program. Burnaby Central found it the other day. Three Burnaby Central rugby players have gone on to play for Canada. Siaki, Vicolani, Admir Chivanovic, and Mauro Perazzolo, a little high school here in Burnaby. 3 future internationals. So kudos to Andrew Vagnarelli and the Burnaby Central High School rugby coaching staff. So there we go. Important scrum coming here for Van East. Ball gets caught up there in the middle. Nice drive from the Tide. Catterson needs to get that out. No, Tide wins the penalty. There we go. Longbone having a bit of difficulty in there on the loose head side. Bad gets ready to take the kick. Puts it out into touch. Huge kick. Goes deep into the Burnaby Lake Sports Complex here.
Yeah, I think Van East maybe tried to take that scrum off. They maybe thought they were going to be passengers in that scrum, but Crimson Tide certainly had other ideas because they walked them backwards, and they didn't stop. And now they've got themselves a bit of confidence here. There was lots of shouts and lots of yihan after that scrum, so we'll see if they can capitalize on it.
There was lots of yihan. Tide making a switch here with number 17, Bryce McKinnon from West Shore. He's a big man coming in, taking out Andrew McPherson. So Tide's making a few changes. Some big legs on that guy. Line out coming in. There we go. A little bit of an overthrow, but Tide corrals it, brings it in. Brought down by Connor McCann, who going to get dinged for a high tackle. Got up a little high there on the shoulders. Don't think there was any malicious about it, but definitely up around the shoulders. It's the new guy on the field, Peter Massimo. Driving those legs, just like they teach you to. Tide trying to get the ball wide to Kenwall Lloyd. I think it stops with what I believe is Crosby Stewart. Oh, there's a penalty for Van East. There we go. It looks like that was David Dinbandu got over the ball, got his paws on it. So...
Yeah, Van East did well there. They were definitely under a little bit of pressure. Crimson Tide were kind of getting their backs up a little bit, but Van East able to get the turnover, and they'll just settle this one down a little bit. Jeff Ryan will take his time, try and find touch, see if they can regroup from the line out. Finds a good touch just beyond halfway. Let's see if they're going to maybe go for a short line out on this one. See if they can get the big ball carriers running in the midfield. They're certainly setting up like that. With the big Lucas Albanor setting up just outside of 10. And he's obviously been carrying the ball pretty well today already. So let's see if they get him on the top of that.
Ball won cleanly by Van East. So Dan Cooper with a pick and go. And up, penalty again. So we'll give Jeff Ryan the chance to get out of his own end here. Not the best angle for a kick, but he'll make the most of it.
Just a word from one of our junior players here.
Hi, Dada.
Thanks, Ryan, for that. Gran and Granda will be delighted to hear that.
He does better on the microphone than either of us do. Nice kick by Jeff Ryan. Gets him down to the Vancouver Island 10-meter line. Another line out coming in. Van East to be looking to catch big Regan O'Gorman in the air. Of course, Regan O'Gorman's father, most well-known around these parts. Father Paddy O'Gorman made himself known on the rugby pitch for, gosh, I don't know how many years. Had the chance to play against him, and I got to tell you, it wasn't pleasant. Regan, much cleaner rugby player.
Yeah, I do remember Patrick Gorman playing well into his 40s, if not his 50s, for the rowing club, and certainly making his presence out there as a bigger, older guy. I think something both of us would have liked to have emulated. Obviously, you're retired now, Mike. I'm still playing my trade at 38, but he was still a presence out there well into his 40s.
Yeah, a great guy. I recall in a game here, actually at Burnaby Lake, getting punched hard in the face by him, being quite upset by it, and then the next morning going to the Coach Minis, and he was just, I don't know, corralling around a bunch of little toddlers. And I thought, you know what, that's a good rugby guy. Hopefully I can be that good later on. Turns out I was not as good a player, better as a human. Hopefully Patty's listening to that. Bit of a scary time there for Van East for a second, with Jeff Ryan staying down on one knee for a bit, but he's back up and at it. He's a tough guy. Another scrum. Hopefully Van East can get some of the momentum back in the scrum after dominating most of the game. Van East, oh really? Okay, there we go. I thought that penalty was going to go the other way, but the referee saw something a little different. Bowd looking for touch. Great kick. Kick that ball deep. Over on the far sideline, we see Wes Black from Williams Lake getting set to take the field for Van East. Looks like he'll be going in next whistle.
Yeah, it looks like both teams possibly making a substitute. Wes Black coming in for Daniel Cooper. Actually, Crimson Tide aren't making a change, so just Wes Blackham. Oh, Wes and Finlay did. Yeah. Most of Finlay out, and Isaac Gunnaval in from James Bay. Good line out on the maul, set up nicely by Crimson Tide. Oh, the pass goes a bit loose there. Defensive line here holding up pretty well here for Van East right now. Crimson Tide are just, oh, the big man that came on fresh just punched a bit of a hole there. Oh, good defense. They'd be pretty happy with that phase of play.
Yeah, I'm going to make a correction. It was Shane Dagg that was actually taken out for Isaac Gunnaval. Apologies if I'm saying that wrong. We'll set up for another scrum here. Van East needs to get some momentum back in that regard, having got the worst end of the last two. So we'll see if Wes Black makes an impact in there. Number 3 for the Tide, Kyle Steves, the only of the original props still in. So the ball's in. It's a better scrum. Ball out to Jeff Ryan. Out the back to Brian Fitzpatrick. Puts a high ball out. Kenwell Lloyd under it. Can't bring it down in the air. Goes to Crosby Stewart. And a penalty. This penalty is going to go for Van East. Don't know what the call is. Is it around the scrum? A scrum penalty that late? Oh. Looks like Regan O'Gorman on one knee there. Oh, sorry, Lucas Albornoz for one knee. Great physio, Gio Lamb, out to take a look at Lucas. So, taking a breather there. You know, great effort so far from the Crimson Tide. I realize they're down 10 points, but they've also been down a man since about 5 minutes in. So, played down a man most of this game. So, between Albornoz and the physio, they decide whether or not he's good to go or if he's heading off. So, Not sure which spares the Van East have a chance to put back on. Put on.
Yeah, it looks like Albernaz is done for the day. They will bring in Doug Breeden. Looks like he's going to slot into the back row. Maybe Mike O'Toole will slot into the second row. Big congratulations to Doug Breeden. His kid was born this week, Isla Margarita Breeden. Congrats to him and his wife Amanda. They do fine touch here, so it's going to be Van East line out. Yeah, right in front of us here, so they're going to do a short line out, 5-man line out. Let's see if they can secure this one nicely. Balls with James Kelly at the front. Middle line. Referee team didn't go straight, and it's going to be a scrum to the Crimson Tide. Wasted opportunity there. They'll definitely be kicking themselves there. Wasted opportunity. Let's see if they can make it back up in the scrum. As I suspected, Mike O'Toole will slot into the second row. He can play naturally in the second row or plays at 6. Doug Breeden, naturally more of a back row, can get around the park a bit more than Mike O'Toole can. Oh, ball gets kicked back out there. Daly picks it up. Oh, but the ref teams didn't get a chance to hook it, so they're gonna reset it. Only about 10 minutes left here. Van East up 24-14. They'll be looking to just run this one out. See if they can hold on. Crimson Tide certainly have different ideas. They've run a few subs, a few fresh guys, so let's see if they can mount an attack here from the scrum, just beyond halfway. Scrum goes down, but the ref says it's playable. Lets them play. Oh, crossfield kick. Oh, but wasn't gathered. And that's Brian Fitzpatrick on the end of it. Puts it along the ground there. He's going to use his pace. Graydon Boyd back there to cover. Oh, Van East are in there with their hands to try and compete, but they're not doing so legally, and the ref blows it up. Disappointing. Normally when you get in that position, you want to just make sure no penalties. Yeah, Crimson Tide will be pretty happy about that result.
Just word in the other game going on over down at UBC. UBC leads UVic 22-7. So they're on the same time as us, so approximately 10 minutes left. You know, it's really shame we had such technical difficulties in the first half. First half was a good half. We missed a lot of the real good action. So we saw it here. Unfortunately, you guys at home did not. Apologies. We've got it sorted out now. Next week won't have that problem. Slow ball there from the Van East forwards. Another one, O'Toole to Regan O'Gorman. Next week on October 23rd, we're back here with Burnaby Lake with Van East hosting the Vancouver Wave. Oh, nice turnover there from Massimo. You know, he's been a little spark since he's been in here. He's been, oh, there we go, another high tackle. Yeah, Massimo's made a huge impact since he came in here. Every time I look up, the kid's got the ball. He's around the ball making a tackle. So Bowd's going fast. Oh, Jim Bandu got in the channel. Big guy there, number 5, I believe, McCleary. Thought better of it before he made that pass. There you go. That's Moston Finley. He's had a great game. Ryland Law. Oof. Big collision there between Connor McCann and Zephyr Melnick. A couple of tough customers. Crash ball again back to McCleary. He's had a great game. Stop dead, push back. See James Catterson and someone else involved in that. Oop, Bowd takes it himself. Pass off to Kenwell Lloyd. Oh, forward pass there. Kenwell Lloyd not able to get the pass off. And Stewart gathered up and was punished for it there from O'Gorman. Bit of how you doing going on with some of the fellas. So it'll be a Vanny scrum once again.
Yeah, I think Crimson Tide probably looking to play a bit more of an offload game than the Vanny's team. Unfortunately, the rain coming down in the second half doesn't play in their favour, so that one just didn't go to hands. Crosby Stewart just couldn't hang on to it. Vanny scrum just inside their own half. I see Dylan Vermette has come on here. Jamie Kelly's gone off. Both plied their trade at Surrey originally. Been with Burnaby Lake here for the last 3 or 4 years. Approximately 5 minutes left with Van East up 24-14. Just a reset of the scrum is going to slow things down. I think Van East will be pretty happy about that. They're probably a bit happy just to let the clock wind down here. Crimson Tide have other ideas. They'll want to get things moving. Daly with the put-in. Lots of space on this side. See if Catterson's probably going to pick this one off the scrum and have a go. If they can get the ball back. No. Crimson Tide with a great scrum. Turn the ball over there. High tackle by substitute number 19, Doug Braden. It's going to be a penalty. Probably just outside the kicking range, so they're probably going to have to go for the corner here. Van East will just need to regroup and try and calm things down here a little bit.
Yeah, great opportunity for them. With time running out, time not on their side, but they'll have the ideas to, it's crunch time. Got to get at it. Down by 10 points. So, time, the weather, and just numerical advantage Van East has with players not on their side. Yeah, Van East not as dominant in the scrums, actually, as they were at the very beginning of the game. So don't know if the subs or just wear and tear is causing them to break down. That one there looked like the ball wasn't hooked properly, went banging off one of the legs in the scrum. So ball possibly stolen there by O'Toole. Catterson puts it out to Neil McLean, who fakes the kick and pushes forward a little bit. So it's the right play. What they need to do now is just bear down. Daly needs to turn around and notice that the ball is being lost. So. Well, great opportunity here for the Tide. That is, they really need to get that ball out of that ruck as opposed to turning around and speaking to other people. Not a good look. So it's another scrum. Really, Van East needs to really bear down and grit their teeth and get this one back because they've been getting pushed off here the last few scrums.
Yeah, I think the coach will become a bit of a cliche in that one and clear your lines. When you turn over a ball inside your own 22, you stick your grit to it and get as far downfield as you can. Unfortunately, they tried to run it, and Crimson Tide were able to put up some good competition in the ruck, and it's going to be their scrum, so that'll be pretty disappointing on behalf of Van East. I'm sure the coach will have a choice word for that one after the game. Van East do have the put in, actually. She had originally called it for Crimson Tide, but looks like it was Van East ball. Catterson picks with 8. Picks at 8. Does get past the 7, runs into the 10. They're just creeping a little bit in behind. Now McLean sticks it. He's pretty good kick, and he's got Brian Fitzpatrick down on it. And the ball finds touch right at halfway. Going to be Crimson Tide ball, but Van East will be pretty happy about that. Now they're inside their own 22 under pressure, and now they find themselves right at halfway. Crimson Tide on attack.
Sean McCown on the field. Jeff Ryan off. Neil McLean's moved to fly off. He's wondering where the kickings come from McLean. Legendary Angel Chividanis just pulled up to the broadcast booth here. I'm sure he'll have some advice for a few of the scrummagers here in blue.